Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we'll be going over the lower body, how we can more effectively use it during the throw, and really putting a big emphasis on the back leg and how to better utilize the back leg in order to throw the ball further, a little bit more efficiency, a little bit more distance overall. So as always, if you like the information, go ahead and click that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, anything like that, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. We're gonna hop in the video right now. All right, so first thing that I want to go over is a common mistake that ends up happening when it comes to utilizing the lower body, and it has to do with the front leg. So, what ends up really impacting how well you can use the back leg is what you're doing on that front foot. A really common thing that I see is that guys will just kind of open up that front foot immediately, or just get more of their weight to transfer onto that front foot too early, right? And that either has to do with like stepping down too hard, not having good control of the front leg. There's a lot of reasons why that would happen, but I just want you to first understand that that ends up being a big problem in being able to utilize the lower body is if I'm stepping onto my front foot and immediately having all of my weight here, or just kind of opening up this front hip without utilizing the back leg. That's going to both those things are going to make it so it's really basically impossible to utilize that back foot. So in order to utilize the back foot, what we have to be able to think about is as we're going and loading, you want to be able, and this is like the first drill I would say that you want to work on, is load, and when you're loading, keep most of your weight onto that back foot, right? So, and it wants to be like 90% of the weight here. So first I'm going to just load here and get used to doing that, right? And just being able to feel myself get my whole foot down, right? It's not like I'm just going like this or whatever. I have my whole foot on the ground, but most of my weight is on my back leg, and just being able to understand how to do that is the first step of being able to improve your ability to utilize the back leg. Next thing is going to be actually getting a rotation going as we're loading. So now I'm going to go here and I'm going to get my rotation going, right? And what I'm going to do, and where you can see what I'm doing, is I'm going to go to different parts. So I'm going to go to the right, I'm going to go middle, I'm going to go left. I'm just going to get really used to being able to step and create that rotation off that back leg and really get that heel up as I'm going through it, okay? And you can do this with a ball, you can do that without a ball, whatever the case may be, helps you out. Then we want to go into the straight jacket, or just having your hands kind of across and doing the same thing. So now I'm stepping and I'm rotating, stepping, rotating. Again, just really working on being able to create that rotation off that back leg. So now when I can go and start throwing the ball, that'll be something that's already pretty natural. And this is just a drill that you want to be able to work on all the time. You're just going, stepping and rotating, stepping and rotating. And the more that you can get that disassociation, and really with that upper body, I really want to emphasize keeping that back, because that will make it so then I can create even more, rotation through there. And you can even go through and create that rotation, right? Get my hips to come through, and then from there, really focus on getting as much of a backwards rotation in the upper body as you can, just to create that stretch. So then when you actually throw, you have plenty of range of motion, because there's a lot of guys that end up just suffering from not being able to use the hips just because you don't have the range of motion to use the hips. So, you want to make sure you have plenty of rotation going both ways with the hips, right? Being able to have just a lot of freedom through there, as well as being able to push off and create that rotation there. Another good thing to do, like I said, is here, and then rotate back, just to make sure that now you have plenty of rotation through that back, through that spine. So now when you go through the throw, you can do that with it's a lot more effortless, a lot easier to be able to use the lower body and then get the timing there correctly. Because the first thing that needs to do, or needs to happen, is those hips need to be able to open and generate force off the back leg. Don't want to open up the hips because we're just generating force off the front leg and allowing all of our weight to go and shift onto that front leg. We got to be able to rotate with that back foot, keeping that weight back on that back foot. That's the critical part here in order to really see the improvement within the throw. So as always, guys, thanks for watching here. If you guys want to check out some of the links below in order to get a breakdown, join the program, really be able to make a huge difference within your mechanics, highly recommend it. We're going to really be able to focus on your mechanics if you're actually in the program. You're going to get some more isolated training, some individual training, and also some of those video breakdowns, which I think are really beneficial in being able to isolate what are some things that you need to do, as well as some drills and some exercises to be able to fix them. So thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.